ready to receive. I am opening, I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am knowing, and I know that on this beautiful, bright, sunny day, as we gather here in this sacred space, we are here to celebrate life, each other, and the world. And I think I stepped on your toes.
No, not at all. Prayer is always welcome. Thank you. This is Scott Allen, our wonderful singer today. Reverend Rich, who is usually our musician, isn't here, and so we have the wonderful opportunity to listen to Scott. Thank you, Scott. And so, good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Princeton. I'm John Herron. I'm the spiritual director of this center. And we are a loving, healing, and inclusive community which teaches and practices the principles of the science of mind for the well-being and spiritual growth of ourselves and the world. And so welcome all of those who are online. Welcome to you. Anyone in the future watching this recording, welcome to you. We are here for one reason, because each one of us wants to go deeper within ourselves to the spiritual presence that we know is the truth. And we all want to learn deeper practices and change your thoughts, change your life. And so today, I'm the speaker, and I'm going to speak about the World Healing Meditation of John Randolph Price. I'm also the speaker on May 31st. There was a little bit of a glitch in our calendar, so I get to speak twice. But this, interestingly enough, when I was thinking about talking about the World Healing Meditation, I realized, no, there are two talks in here. And so when I get the opportunity on May 31st, we'll do more. And it will be a responsive talk on May 31st. We're going to repeat the World Healing Meditation together and think about certain aspects of it. Next week, we have Reverend Michelle Wadley, and we all know how much we love Reverend Michelle. She is such an insightful speaker, and I always find that I leave deeply inspired. I always learn a deeper layer of this truth from Reverend Michelle. And she will be speaking on Ernest Holmes' book called Your Invisible Power. Inspired by the timeless work of Ernest Holmes, this talk explores the quiet yet powerful force already at work within you. Often unnoticed, this invisible power is shaping your thoughts, your choices, and the life you are living. Interestingly enough, I'm going to be giving a class on your invisible power in August. It will be Wednesdays at 1 p.m. for 90 minutes for 4 weeks. And when I get the flyer, we'll put it out and it'll be available to you. Reverend Dana, who spoke for us on Zoom, a month ago, she's also giving a class that starts in a week. Next week, I will bring in the flyer for it if anybody is interested. I really encourage all of us to be continually studying, growing. What's this teaching about? In many ways, it's simply about expanding our consciousness that the divine presence, which is already here, we get to be filled up with more of it by expanding our consciousness. So, next week, Michelle Wadley. The week after that, I'm back talking about the World Healing Meditation. And thank you very much.
I am opening, I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening, I am opening. My heart is ready to receive.
parishioner of this Center for Spiritual Living Princeton. Greetings, everyone.
Greetings.
Two things. I'm going to read some excerpts from an essay called "How Old Are You?" And this, of course, is a topic, a very interesting topic for all of us as we choose to age with grace in the best way possible and with power, with strength. A consistent theme that I've been hearing lately, I believe Reverend Karen said this, and also Reverend Michelle, that we need to do something new every day. Something new every day. Embrace the wonder of life, the newness, and not repeat the same script every day. By doing something new, we create new neural pathways in our mind, and we expand our consciousness. So on this topic of how old are you, it begins with, God's mind is the only mind that there is, and God is eternal. The whole proposition is this: we live because God lives in us, and we are able to think because the mind of God is in us. Our trouble is that we have thought of ourselves as separate from God, and in doing this, we have stored up a burden of care and worry in our minds. What a load we shall get off our minds when we learn that there is but one mind that carries every load. We must keep our interest in life so active that there will be an element of wonder and surprise in simple, everyday things. Life is activity, and when we stop being active, we turn away from the newness of life. And the person who grows old in years without an inward expectation and assurance that he is going to live forever somewhere will find the last part of his life burdened with the thoughts of yesterday. Let us make up our minds that yesterday is gone. Tomorrow has not yet arrived, but today can be filled with wonder if we know that we stand on the threshold of that which is wonderful and new. I have never yet met a single individual who maintained this attitude in the last part of her life unless she had faith. And I'm talking about the kind of faith we all understand the meaning of. The faith in something bigger than we are, in a power greater than we are, and a complete assurance that we are going to live forever somewhere. It is an interesting fact that whether or not we know it, and whether or not we like it, our lives are so tied in with God, the living Spirit, that we cannot even remain young and enthusiastic unless we know that we are one with that which knows no age and has no burdens. Youth is not a time of life, it is a state of mind. No one grows old by merely living a number of years. People grow old only by deserting their ideals. Years may wrinkle the skin, but to give up enthusiasm wrinkles the soul. whether 70 or 16, there should be in every person the love of wonder, the sweet amazement at the stars and the star-like things and thoughts, the undaunted challenge of events, the unfailing childlike appetite for what's next, and joy in this theme of life. And so this I know to be true. This word is for each one listening. There is one life. That life is God. That life is perfect. That life is each one's life now. There is one source of all good. There is one infinite love, one infinite joy, and with it comes the all good of God. The all good of God is every imaginable good that each one can experience. And since each one here is one with God, each one is one with the all good. And so I'm knowing that each one today is filled with the awe and the wonder of what's next. I know that each one is birthless, ageless, and deathless, because each one knows that there is life and eternal life. And each one is embracing the idea that they are one with the infinite spirit, and the infinite spirit is awesomely powerful, the most expansive power and all good, infinite love, infinite joy, infinite peace, infinite goodness. And each one is aligning themselves with this idea and expanding in consciousness to embrace wonder, to embrace truth, to embrace the truth of their being, that they are, each one is connected to the greatest power on the planet and is taking great delight in creating a life that is filled with wonder and newness and divine expectations. I am so grateful to know this truth. I release it into God's loving law, and I know that the law is already making it so. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you.
Thank you.
More wonderful song and music from our Scott.
Thank you, Keisha. Thank you for your flawlessness. Flawless light in a darkening air, alone and shining there. Love will not elude you. Love is simple. I worship this tenacity and the beautiful struggle we're in. Love will not elude us. Love is simple. Be sure and know that all in love is ours. That love as a philosophy is simple. I am calm in oblivion, calm as I ever have been. Love will not elude me. Love is simple. Be sure and know that all in love is ours, that all simple and
Good morning again. I'm going to give Deja a handout. I mean, piece of paper to hand out. I'm not giving her a handout.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll give you a hand.
Thanks, Scott, for the wonderful music. Thank you so much. So, where do we start? Where do we start to take all this wonderful information, all this teaching, our readings, our spiritual practices? How do we make them active in our lives? This is a question that I've been really engaged with, because in that book, Your Invisible Power, which Reverend Michelle will be speaking about next week, there's a place where Ernest Holmes says, offer your peace into confusion, and your peace will heal that confusion. And he says, it's not enough just to know and understand this teaching. You've got to use it. You've got to make it part of your life. So there is this World Healing Meditation. It's something that's done on December 31st every year around the world. It's done at noon London time, which used to be Greenwich Mean Time, is now Common Time, I believe they're calling it. And so it's 7 a.m. on the East Coast in the US, and it's 4 a.m. in Pacific Time. But people around the world gather at that same time. And exactly at that time, we do this meditation. The problem with that is that we see it once a year. Nobody pays much attention to it, right? Because I'm part of the group that does it here for our center, I took time one year, I said, what is this meditation? Other than the words that we read, what's in it? And I really started to notice that John Randolph Price, who wrote this meditation and started the practice of December 31st, really put in a lot of the basic principles of New Thought and science of mind. And so I use it myself as part of my regular spiritual practice. So I want to start today a little differently than we usually do, and that is, we are going to meditate together. If you're at home, you can hear the words. We're going to start in this way. For those of you who are here at the Masonic Lodge, focus yourself now. Whatever you do to focus, whether you take a deep breath, or you just check that your feet are flat on the floor, whatever. Leave aside the weak. Center yourself. I'm going to read this meditation, and we're going to do it twice. First time I'll read it. The second time we'll all read it together. I now open my heart and let the pure essence of unconditional love pour out. I see it as a golden light radiating from the center of my being. And I feel its divine vibration in and through me, above and below me. I am one with the light. I am filled with the light. I am illumined by the light. I am the light of the world. But take a nice deep breath. And for those of you here, let's repeat it together. I now open my heart and let the pure essence of unconditional love pour out. I see it as a golden light radiating from the center of my being. And I feel its divine vibration in and through me, above and below me. I am one with the light. I am filled with the light. I am illumined by the light. I am the light of the world. Take that in. Allow that to be part of your consciousness now. So in talking about this world healing meditation, it brings up one of the practices that I do. I memorize stuff, right? When I read something that is very inspiring to me, I memorize it. Now, I'm not going to talk much about that process now. I'll talk about it on the 31st when I again talk about this world healing meditation. But just to let you know, that's a wonderful spiritual practice. Because when I'm out walking the dog, or when I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, I don't need to open a book. I've got it. And if you think you can't memorize stuff, I'm here to tell you you're wrong. You can. So we'll talk about more of that on the 31st. But I want to talk about this world healing meditation. So this question of where do we start? How do we take the depth of feeling, the depth of understanding that we create when we do our spiritual practice, when we come here on Sunday morning and hear an inspiring talk by Reverend Michelle or Reverend Karen or whatever? How do we do that? And in this world healing meditation, there are some very specific things. I was sort of surprised when I really took time to read it. So it starts with this. In the beginning. That's it. In the beginning. In the beginning, God. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And that really made me stop. Why did he write it like that? And it really struck me. Now, each of us has our own inner definition of what the word God means, what the concept of God means. It's consciousness. And we know that in this teaching, we don't particularly believe in a God that's out there someplace. It's within us. And it's not just within me, it's within each one of us. So what does in the beginning mean? I'll tell you what it means to me. It means that we are always standing right on the edge of infinite possibility. Infinite possibility in every moment. Always. Every one of us. And quantum theory is saying that right now. The physicists, the scientists are saying something. The metaverse that is taught as part of quantum theory is exactly what we're talking about. There are infinite layers of consciousness, of truth, right in front of us, in every moment. So how do we make that ours? There's the next verse. It says, now is the time of a new beginning. I am a co-creator with God. Now, we hear those words, I'm a co-creator with God. We've probably heard them before. But think about what that means. Okay, we stand on the edge of infinite possibilities in every moment. Well, how does one reality or another reality show up in our lives? We are the co-creators. That's what we bring to the process, right? We make choices. And that choice opens up, again, infinite possibilities based on the choice that you make. And if you choose a small choice, you get a smaller life. And if you do spiritual practice, you will find that your consciousness expands, that you're making bigger choices, and your life will expand with it. There is no question. It's one of the basic truths of our teaching. We expand our consciousness. I begin with me. I'm a co-creator with God. I'm a co-creator with infinite possibility. So imagine if you added that into your daily life, that consciousness. Yeah, you're running to go meet a friend for lunch, and you're a little late, and you forget the car keys, and all of that kind of stuff. And we know how we react when those things happen. What if you open up to infinite possibilities in that moment? Maybe your friend is late also, and you get there first. Or maybe you get in there and the traffic is totally clear. Usually there's who knows how it shows up. But the choice you make in consciousness determines what you experience. And it's an interesting thing, because if you don't make a choice, the choice is made for you. That's what Ernest Holmes called race beliefs. I call it human race beliefs, right? The easy path. Don't have to think of anything. And look at the world that gets created out of that. We have wars, we have a lot of anger, we have separation, and people deeply believe in it. What's politics? Politics is, no, I'm different than you, and I'm right. What if we want a world of peace? Well, I don't know whether we can change the human race as a whole. Ernest Holmes did say toward the end of his life, give me 1,000 people who understand this teaching, and I will change the world. And each one of us understands this teaching as far as we do, right? And I hope that everybody here is doing spiritual practice, because that's how we expand our consciousness. And as you expand your consciousness, you become a center of the divine. You are the presence of infinite possibilities. It's yours to do. So it's interesting. The next thing he says here is, the goodwill of God is expressed on earth through me. It is the kingdom of light, love, peace, and understanding. Now, you tell me that you don't want that kingdom. Light, love, peace, and understanding. Infinite possibilities right in front of each one of us. And we can choose that. Or we can choose separation. There's a place where Ernest Holmes basically says, so we have all these choices going on in our lives moment to moment. Always choose the one that moves you toward oneness. In many cases, I know for myself and for I see my friends, we choose things that make us separate, right? Again, that's what politics is. No, I'm right, you're wrong, right? But if we really want to live in a kingdom of light, love, peace, and understanding, we need to start making choices of oneness. What are those choices of oneness? Each one of us needs to find out for ourselves. And you won't find out unless you engage yourself with the process, right? When you engage yourself with that process, it's a funny thing. So this is my spiritual practice. I think, okay, so I sit down in the morning for a period of time. I have free time. I usually spend an hour in the morning reading, meditating, doing treatment, doing things like that. That's great. And then what about the rest of the day? So I've really been paying attention lately to, can I bring my mind back to that? Am I making choices of oneness? Or am I making choices of separation? So some days I remember twice. And some days I remember 10 times. And some days there's a kind of a flow to it, right? The more I do it, right, what you focus on expands. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. And the gift that you get from doing that is a kingdom of light, love, peace, and understanding. And if you think that those are just words, I dare you to try it. Take the next month, as much as you can, check yourself. Are you making choices that take you toward oneness? Or are you making choices that take you toward separation? I can guarantee you, it's why we come here on Sunday morning. It's what Ernest Holmes taught us, that if we choose oneness, our consciousness expands. And the world responds with oneness, with expansion. Now, the next thing he says is an important thing, and Reverend Karen used to talk about it a lot. The third verse begins with, I begin with me. Right? The world is messed up. I'm sorry, that's what I sometimes experience. The world is messed up. And I deal with that belief because that's a belief of separation. So I'm learning how not to stay in that. But the world is confusing sometimes to us. So how do we begin? I can't fix the world. I can barely get my dog to keep quiet. How am I going to fix the world, right? I begin with me. If you change your consciousness, expand your consciousness, from that expanded consciousness, you will find that you are guided from within. I'm telling you the truth. We know this if we study this teaching. You will find that you are guided from within on how to expand further, not just for yourself. Because he says here, what's true of me is true of everyone. For God is all, and all is God. Remember our definition of God, infinite possibilities. Infinite possibilities for the highest good. For God is all, and all is God. All is the choices that we make in each moment, and when we make choices for the highest good, choices for oneness, we change the world. We do. We change ourselves. We change. When we come here on Sunday morning, I get to see Regina comes in a little after I get here usually, and we talk and we set things up and all that stuff. What a blessing it is that I get to know people like Regina, like DJ, like all of us here who care about these things. Right? Rather than creating the separation that we experience in the world, there's a group of people who are here for one reason, and that is to know their oneness with that truth, with infinite possibilities. So the next thing he offers is a spiritual practice. I see only the Spirit of God in every soul. If you never read any of the books, never spent any time listening on YouTube to talks or whatever, if you did that practice, I see only the Spirit of God. I see only infinite possibility for good in every soul. Just think how your life would be different, and think how the lives of those people who you come in contact with would be different. And to every man, woman, and child on earth, I say, I love you. For you are me. You are my holy self. That truth that lives in every one of us. It's not even, I wouldn't even call it a potential. It is fully there. We experience as much of it as we allow ourselves to experience in consciousness. And when we expand our consciousness, we experience more of it. You are me. You are my holy self. Think of that. Think about walking around in your life with that consciousness. What would be different about your life if you did that? And here's the other challenge of that. Yes, even that guy. Even those people. Even those liars, even those hypocrites, blah, blah, all of those things that we see and we have believed. What if we went past that? We said, no, that's just the surface. That's the thin outer shell of who and what they are. What they are is my holy self. And I love you. So that is the beginning. On May 31st, I'm going to continue this. We're going to talk more about spiritual practice in this. For those of you who are here, I urge you to take this home, this opening to the oneness. Learn that prayer. Just learn the first few words. If it takes you a month to learn the first line, who cares? Who cares? Nobody's checking you. It took me, this is a fairly long thing. It took me, I think, 5 months to memorize the whole thing. Well, I'm an actor and I know how to memorize stuff, right? So what if it takes you a year? So what? Just think, during that time you are focusing on something really beautiful and uplifting. And once you have it, it's yours. Trust me, it's yours for the rest of your life. So I want to finish by doing this other meditation that you have at the bottom of the page, the opening to the oneness page. And I'm going to read it. So bring your consciousness into your heart, or however you think of it. Find the oneness that lives within you. Let's actually all read this one together. I am seeing the salvation of the planet before my very eyes, as all false beliefs and error patterns are dissolved. The sense of separation is no more. The healing has taken place, and the world is restored to sanity. This is the beginning of peace on earth and goodwill toward all. As love flows forth from every heart, forgiveness reigns in every soul, and all hearts and minds are one in perfect understanding. It is done, and it is so. And so it is.
So it is.
And so
Don't we need a song?
Yeah, we need a song, Scott.
We need a song.
We need a song.
Hold on, let me run the.
Okay.
There we go.
Yes. Think of your fellow man. Lend her a helping hand. Put a little love in your heart. You see it's getting late. Oh, please don't hesitate. Put a little love in your heart. And the world will be a better place. And the world will be a better place for you and me. Just wait and see. Put a little love in your heart. If you want the world to know, we won't let hatred grow. Put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. Just wait and see, wait and see. People late. So please don't hesitate. Put a little love in your heart. Oh, please, put a little love in your heart. And the world will be a better place. Yes, the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see, wait and see. Put a little love in your heart. Come on now, put a little love in your heart. You've got to put a little love in your heart.
Bravo, Scott. And now we come to the part of our service where we exercise the law of circulation. We do not give because God needs the gift, but because giving increases, broadens, and deepens the life of the giver. Nor shall we give from the standpoint of duty. The universe refuses to bargain with us. It has already given us everything it has. But also it has provided that the gift of life can be received in its fullness only as it flows through us to the fullness of others. And those who are at home can give by going to our website, www.cslprinceton.org. And there are buttons that you press, and you can give through PayPal and credit card, I believe, right?
Well, it's through PayPal.
Through PayPal.
Yeah.
But then when you get to PayPal,
Yes.
you can choose a credit card.
Yes.
Okay. And so when you receive the basket, if you're not giving today, because some people do give online, please just put a blessing. Just add a blessing to the basket for our church and for the world. Thank you. Just
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those, all of your needs that you won't let show. Just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on me. When you're not strong, I'll have the strength. I'll help you carry on, but for all of time, we'll all need somebody to lean on.
thank you, Scott.
You're welcome.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming today, and we're not through yet, but I want to compliment John on such an inspiring talk. And another fun fact about John Randolph Price is that one of our practitioners, Damaris Otero Torres, met him and studied with him in person. So we have that DNA in the center as well. With grateful hearts, we give thanks for these gifts freely given and lovingly received. We recognize that every donation is an expression of divine abundance, flowing through willing hands and open hearts. We bless these offerings knowing that they are multiplied through wise use and guided intention for the highest good of all. And so we release them into the law, trusting that as we give, we are continually and generously supplied. I'd love to invite John up to do our closing treatment, and we wish you all an amazing week. Think good thoughts, do good things, and newness.
Make amazing choices.
Yes!
Yes. Because you deserve amazing choices.
Absolutely.
And so, this is the time when you make the choices of who you're going to be for the rest of this year. What would you like? What experience would you like to have? What truths would you like to have expanded within you? How would you like to feel? And so knowing that there is only one, and this one is infinite, living blessing. Grace. Present in everything, as everything, through everything, and therefore present in, as, and through each one who has participated in this service today or who will listen to the recording in the future. Infinite grace. The infinite giving of the one to itself. And knowing this to be true, I declare that each one is experiencing the presence of grace. Each one's heart and mind and full consciousness is now open to infinite choice for the highest good. And each one is now making those choices and experiencing the joy of the expansion of consciousness, of the expansion of light, love, peace, and understanding. And so I know that each one is creating that world of light, love, peace, and understanding. And each one is knowing that they're doing it for themselves, doing it for everyone around them, and doing it for the world. And in that place, I know that the world is shining with light, love, peace, and understanding right here, right now. And I'm so grateful to know that truth. And I release it to that which says yes, yes. And together we say, and so it is.
To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, to run where the brave dare not go, to right the unrightable wrong, to love pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable star. This is my quest, to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to fight for the right without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for a heavenly cause. And I know if I'll only be true to this glorious quest, that my heart will lie peaceful and calm when I'm laid to my rest. And the world will be better for this, that one man, scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable star.